What's going on, everybody? So, as you know, I've been doing these press conference, reviews after games. You win or lose, honestly. I've done one on Minnesota. I've done some on Indiana, and I'm going to continue to do these as the season goes on because I want to see how these questions are being asked of these coaches and the responses and how they sound and if they're legitimate or if they are canned responses because one thing I will challenge about the WNBA is I don't believe that they are covered properly. They're not asked real questions. They're not asked to elaborate on anything. They just say canned bullshit all the time, and you never get anything from them. Whereas in the NBA, you get real feedback. You get back and forth with media members who ask real questions. So I want to talk about that on this video. So welcome back, everyone, once again to another edition of Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this video. As you know, I'm in my hotel. You've seen a few videos I've dropped about. I've done like 7 tonight because I'm trying to catch up on some things. This is from the Atlanta Dream game. This is the post-game press conference from the Atlanta Dream game because I really wanted to talk about this because this game happened after they beat the brakes off of Chicago with the assistant coaching the team, Austin Kelly. He coached the team. The team looked great. They were moving. They were fast. People were saying, "Oh, Chicago sucks." I don't care about all that, bro. I don't care about that. There's sucking, and then there's playing well, and there's not playing well. They played well versus Chicago. They look free flowing and having a good time the whole nine. Against Atlanta, they look like straight up dog shit. And that was Stephanie White's return. And while I'm not ready to throw her off of a bridge yet, I'm not going to do that yet. The question does need to get asked. What was the difference? And I know Atlanta's a better team than Chicago, but 58 points is not acceptable. I don't care who's playing point guard. What happened to the pace of the game that was there against Chicago? What happened to that? That third quarter against Atlanta was absolutely awful. They got run off the floor in a second. I think it was 33-33 at halftime. To get beat by whatever it was, 20 some odd points or whatever it was. Nah, man, that shit ain't acceptable. So let's listen to what Stephanie White had to say because I'm going to comment on it. I have a feeling I listened to about 30 seconds of it, and I want to save the rest for live reaction. Let's talk about it.
It seemed like the third quarter was kind of the difference, just what went wrong in that quarter.
Yeah, I think they hit us in the mouth. I felt like they did that a little bit in the first quarter too, and we were able to regroup. Their physicality on the defensive end really affected us. It took us out of what we wanted to do and forced us to rush offensively. And they've got really good shifty guards that can get downhill, and we didn't do a good job of guarding our yard or being in rotation. And they've got great post players. They got Olympians on this roster, right? And our ability to match that physicality on the defensive end, our positioning, our connectedness, I thought wasn't there, and they took advantage of it.
And what was the difference between the physicality, you think, like in the first half versus that third quarter and fourth?
Yeah, I don't know if it was different. I just felt like we handled it better early in the ball game.
No fouls.
Why, Coach? Why did you handle their physicality better in the first half than in the third quarter? That's your follow-up question. Her first response was Candace fuck. It was, boy, Atlanta's got a bunch of Hall of Famers. They got Olympians. They got great guards. Okay, so you got trash, right? Your team is trash. But all I heard from her was how great the team was. Bro, there's no ownership. Like, it's a continuation of somebody else. There's no ownership here. When does she own it? They're more physical. The game was 33-33 at halftime. What happened? More physical. We handled it better first. Why? What was the difference? Your job is to coach them out of that. What's new?
Are kind of the story of the season, and it's not always fun to talk about finds, but 6 through 3 quarters just seems incredibly low. Did you feel like you weren't getting a lot of calls early that impacted late in the game?
Yeah, I feel like it's been that way all season for us. But again, I think that an area for growth for us is like, we've got to be able to play through that. Obviously, it's being able to happen. So we've got to find a way to play through that. We've got to use physicality in a way that we can, use our movements and some of our pressure releases against them. We've got to find a way to finish with contact. I felt like the other thing that it forced us to do today was get very tunnel vision. We got away from moving the ball. We got a lot of ISO threes instead of a lot of kick out threes. And so it forced us to be a little bit more tentative in tunnel vision.
How do you take that into practice in the coming days in terms of building off of all that?
We've got to be able to handle that. I think growth in terms of mental toughness, right? And in terms of being able to stay focused and locked in, being able to get to the next action. Being able to utilize pressure releases and not force it to freeze us are all things that we can continue to work on in practice.
Atlanta had a 44 to 27.
You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing someone that's I hear someone who answers questions like she's coaching college, coaching high school. Like this sounds like a high school, college level press conference. This is not a professional level press conference. She does not hold anybody accountable. She doesn't even hold herself accountable. There's no accountability. We. I understand. You're a team. I get it. You got individual players. Was there something you saw from individual players that prevented certain things from, or did everybody suck? Like, how do you coach them out of this? Like, why don't you figure out how to coach them out of this during a game? This was a tie game at halftime. What are you not doing, bro? But let's continue.
And I think rebounding advantage is that, something to do with physicality as well.
I mean, I don't know. They got big bodies in there with Breezy and BG, and oftentimes that was a result of us being in rotation because we got beat on a straight line drive, and so when we're in rotation off of straight line drives, a lot of them are roaming free, and it's tough for our bigs to come in there when they're guarding their bigs and rebound. Our guards have to do a little bit better job. I don't know what our guard rebounding was, but we've got to be able to have our guards average 3 or 4 rebounds each. They're a tough matchup for us, and
what? Did she say she needs her guards to average 3 to 4 rebounds each? All right, bro. Okay. Kelsey Mitchell has averaged 1.7 rebounds this season, but you want her to average 3 to 4 rebounds a game. Her career, 2.0 rebounds, 2 rebounds. Has she ever averaged 4 rebounds per game in a season? No. She's never even averaged 3, but you want her to average 3 to 4 rebounds a game. Okay, let's take a look at Lexi Hull. This year, she's averaging 4.3 rebounds per game. Her career is 2.5. Career, 2.5. So I guess you're getting what you want there. It's also because Lexi Hull's playing a lot more this year. She's playing almost 10 minutes more per game. Her career is 2.5. She's never averaged more than 2.7 rebounds per game. Let's take a look at somebody else. Sydney Colson, career 0.8 rebounds per game. Need I say more? Ari McDonald, who you now cut. Ari McDonald's career rebounding is 2.0. She's never averaged more than 3.6 rebounds per year. So she's actually been a decent rebounder for her size, believe it or not. That's pretty good, actually. But again, she says she needs everybody to do that. Every guard has to do that. Caitlin Clark averages that because she's a 6 foot tall guard. Lexi Hull plays more of a small forward position because she can't dribble. You want all your guards to average 3-4 rebounds per game. Okay. Let's take a look at this box score again. I got to look at it now. I got to go back and look at it. Let's see here. Let's see. This game was on Tuesday, right? Tuesday. On Tuesday, in this game, they got smashed on the glass. Absolutely smashed. They gave up 10 offensive rebounds. They had 5. They shot 36%, which is also why they got smashed on the glass. They actually had 18 free throws. They missed 7. Continue to shoot terribly from the free throw line, which for some reason continues to happen with this team. Aaliyah Boston grabbed 5 rebounds, bro. Sorry, 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds in 29 minutes. Please do not make an excuse for Aaliyah Boston because she's guarding her opponent. Her opponent who had 10 rebounds. You know how many rebounds Jordan Canada, the point guard, had for them? 2. Ryan Howard had 5. She's 6'2". She's tall as hell. She had 5. She also had 3 points that game. Canada had 4. Griner had 9. Alicia Gray and Brennan Jones carried Atlanta in this game. Brittany Griner had 4 rebounds. Sorry, but you do not get away with that bullshit. Aaliyah Boston needs to be called out for this, but you're not doing it. You're blaming the guards. So Aaliyah Boston had 7 points and 4 rebounds in this game. Lexi Hall had 0 points and 5 rebounds in this game. Kelsey Mitchell was 5 of 16 in this game. Sydney Colson was 1 of 4, 3 points, 1 rebound in this game. Natasha Howard's the only player that played well in the starting lineup. And then Ari McDonald came off the bench to give you 14 points and 2 assists in this game. And you're blaming the guards for not grabbing rebounds. When your big did not grab rebounds, DeWanna Bonner had 2 rebounds. Damaris Dantas had 2 rebounds. She only played 10 minutes. Like, bro, come on, man. Come on now. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. This is nonsense, people. Come on.
And they had their way with us tonight.
Alicia Gray had a great game.
Yeah.
One of the Olympians we were talking about.
Yeah.
She's had a great season too. What has made her so good, do you think, this year?
She's one of my favorite players in this league. You know, I just think that she's incredibly talented. She's gotten better every year. She continues to just allow the game to come to her. You know, she's aggressive to the rim. Her 3-point shooting is really good. You know, great scores, get to the free throw line. She does that. She uses her size well. She plays off of her teammates really well. She's a tough matchup.
It seemed like the third quarter was the difference there.
So that's Stephanie White's entire interview. It lasted 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Or that's what they put up. 3 minutes, 20 seconds was the Stephanie White interview. She gave more information on Alicia Gray than she gave on her own team, people. Like, you need to think about that. You got to listen to this stuff. You want to know why I want to ask questions? Because they leave out the follow-ups. I want credentials because I want to ask the follow-ups because they're not following up. They're not doing it. You're the coach. Can you coach them? Can you please coach them? That's all I got. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. This is Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Come on, man.